Good morning, boys and girls. Today I'm going to read chapter 7. If you remember, yesterday we left off where Isadora started vampire school and it did not go very well. Her first flying lesson did not go very well. So today we're going to continue on with her day and let's hope that it gets better for her. Chapter 7. After the flying class, it was time for a snack. Countess Darkfang gave out cartons of red juice to everyone. Yum, said all the little vampires. Yuck, I said. It's tomato juice. Of course it is, said Countess Darkfang. That's what we vampires like to drink. Delicious. I looked at Pink Rabbit, and Pink Rabbit looked at me. I think, I whispered, that maybe I'm not a vampire after all. Then I yawned, a big yawn. I was so tired. Now, said Countess Darkfang, it is time for the bat training lesson. Follow me. She led us all along a dark, windy hallway to a big room where there were hundreds, maybe thousands of bats in cages. Bats make wonderful vampire pets, said Countess Darkfang. They are especially useful for delivering mail. She gestured around her at the bats flapping in their cages. You may all choose one to be your own special pet, she said. I looked around the room. I suddenly felt excited. I love bats. We have 27 of them in our attic. I liked the idea of having my own special one as a pet. I peered into the cages. There were big bats and small bats, scrawny bats and sleek bats. Which one should I choose? In the end, I decided on a medium one with silky fur and beady black eyes. I will call him Buttons, I said to Pink Rabbit. Don't you think that's nice? But for some reason, Pink Rabbit did not look very happy. Now, said Countess Darkfang, the first rule of bat training is to never let your bat out of its cage outside or when the window is open. Otherwise, it might fly away. Everyone looked around the room to check that the windows were closed. Of course, continued the Countess, once your bat is fully trained like mine, it will never fly away. She smiled smugly and stroked her own pet bat, which was very large and had fur as black as midnight. You may let your bat out now, she said. I opened the door of the little cage and Buttons flew into the air. Good, said Countess Darkfang. Let's begin. The first thing we are going to teach our bats is how to do a somersault in the air. She pointed at her own bat and swizzled her finger at it. Immediately, the bat turned a perfect somersault. Now you try it, she said to the class. I pointed my finger at Buttons and made a circular motion. Buttons turned upside down in the air. Almost, I said excitedly. Pink Rabbit, did you see that? But Pink Rabbit didn't hear me. He was busy turning perfect somersaults on the floor. The second thing we are going to do, said Countess Darkfang, is teach our pet to sit neatly on our shoulder. She snapped her fingers and her bat immediately flew down onto her left shoulder. I snapped my finger at Buttons, but before he could do anything, Pink Rabbit came leaping through the air and landed on my shoulder with a thump. Hey, I said, Pink Rabbit, you have to get down. But Pink Rabbit did not want to get down. He held onto my neck with his pink paws and dug his soft feet firmly into my collarbone. You really do, I said, or we'll get into trouble. I picked him off me and set him on the floor. I turned my attention back to Buttons and snapped my fingers at him again. Come on, I urged him, but Buttons didn't seem very interested in coming to sit on my shoulder. He was suddenly fascinated with something over on the other side of the room. What was it? I turned to see and then gasped. The castle window. It was swinging open. Oh no, I thought as the air suddenly became full of the sound of flapping wings. All the pet bats, including Buttons, started to dash toward the open window. Whoosh, they went. Flap, swish, freedom! Ah! Screeched Countess Darkfang. Who has opened the window? She lifted her cape and leapt across the room to close it, but it was too late. The bats were gone. I glanced across at Pink Rabbit. He was standing by the open window looking very pleased with himself. Isadora Moon, Countess Darkfang shouted. That Pink Rabbit of yours is a liability, a nuisance. I am hereby banning him from vampire school. But, I said. No buts, said Countess Darkfang. After today, he is never, ever allowed back. Then she picked up her cape and swished out of the room to the lunch hall. I thought Pink Rabbit didn't look sorry at all. That's it for today. Tomorrow, Isadora Moon will continue on with her day at vampire school, and we'll see what happens with Pink Rabbit. Have a nice day, guys.